All right, in this video, I'm going to show you 2-point perspective. Make sure you have a sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11, and you're going to turn your paper horizontal. So you can see here how the page is literally horizontal. Make sure you turn your page horizontal. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure with this 2-point perspective that you have a line that comes right across here, right across the paper. If you need a ruler, you can get a ruler, or you can just use the the top of your page as a guide, or a sheet of paper in general as your guide to make sure your line goes across the top of the paper. And for the sake of the recording here, I may make this a small perspective drawing. Where we're going to work in this smaller space here. But still the drawing is going to be over the majority of the paper. So you're going to have your line here, just like so. It's going to come across the paper. And this is how you know it's 2-point perspective, because there's 2 vanishing points. Here's a vanishing point right here, and then here's another vanishing point, basically this X area here. And for the drawing, the squares are going to have multiple sides. That lets you know it's 2-point perspective as well. So we're going to start off with having one of the rectangles just go off into the distance here. You're going to slant this line diagonally like this. Then it's going to come across the horizon line, come down, go back in the distance, and then tuck itself up under. These are going to come across here, and this line really should be a little bit more slanted like so. This one is going to go back off into the distance as well. I'm going to stop here, and then just like this. Okay, so you have one side here, it's going to have a window right in here. And then it's going to come this way. This is going to be the differentiation line here. And then this. And then there's going to be this like diagonal line is going to come right over here. Off into the distance for this first block here. pieces that are here on the inside are going to be darker. Here's a little ledge on here to show the indentation of the window. We can lighten in this little area right here to show this indentation here. Because we're still working with perspective. This is going to be darker up here. And then this is going to be shaded in as well. And this is going to have just a couple of lines here. All right, so that's the beginning of the perspective. You're going to see how this can go off in the distance as well. This needs to be brought up higher. That's going to go over the ledge. This is going to be clear right there. All right, let's do the bottom now. This is a soft shading here with value, but this is still perspective. This lets you know that this window is off in the distance. This bottom area here is going to be really dark. I'll come back and shade that in. Let's just get the form down on the page so then I can come back in and talk more about perspective. Now this down here, this perspective is a bit difficult, but at the same time is doable. We're gonna put some steps in, and this is gonna be the top area that goes off into the horizon line. This is as almost as if you're working on a building, and you're working from the perspective of, I can see the building not from the ground, but from almost an aerial perspective where you can see, you're a little bit higher up, maybe like you're in a helicopter, and you can see portions of the building that you wouldn't be able to see if you were on the ground level. I'm going to show you where the ground sits. There's a piece of the building that's going to come out right here, like the landing area. This is here. Here. These are our steps that are going to go off in the distance. Like so. This comes down. This goes here. Right there like that. This is still our paper. This ledge of the building comes down here, off in the distance like so. Now this line should still meet over here with this, even though our steps are here. So I'm going to erase that. So that goes there and here. Now the steps have a zigzag line that do this. And then this goes off here. And the steps actually protrude all the way this way. And there's another line that goes off into the distance, into the horizon line. 2-point horizon line. Two-point perspective. Now there's an indent in the wall here, but there's also, so I gotta fix that line. There we go. All right, and the side of the building is here. So you can see there's multiple areas of the building that are being displayed. Multiple sides of the building. Goes off in the distance here, comes down. Sides here, off in the distance. Off in the distance. So we could even move our X to show you how the corner of the page is here. Corner of the page is here. Line that we started with in the middle. Our 2-point perspective here, here. Two sides showing this side. Let me erase this here so you can stay with me. And now this here has a window. There we go. We can even shade the sides of the building right here. Okay, and then this goes off in the distance, just like so. It's not a boat outline, but here we go. Now we can erase this. Okay, so the pencil lets us see. This is our line here, off into the distance with the buildings.